Since the start of the season, our three millionaires have raced mostly on half-mile tracks. This week, Giddy will try to pulverize the quarter-mile world record.
I don't think about the danger. I think about the record being broken. That's all I care about.
The world record that we're trying to break tomorrow is the world's quickest and fastest Nissan GTR.
This f***ing rain.
Don't say it's gonna be dry, because it ain't gonna be dry.
Drag races usually take place on quarter or half-mile strips. For those of you who are bad at math, a quarter mile is half the distance of a half mile. The idea is to have maximum power output right out of the gate. In other words, it's pedal to the metal when the light turns green. Among our three amigos, Giddy is the quarter-mile expert. Good thing he owns a major diamond distribution company, because his passion is out of this world expensive.
People don't know how much money it takes. My passion nearly put me in bankruptcy.
You gotta remember that these guys don't make a cent off these competitions, even if they win. That's right, they do it just for the fun of it.
We do it for the passion, for the intensity. Because everything is so difficult to get to that point, so when you win a race and all the hard work that you came together, it's amazing. OB comes into an event each time better and stronger and faster. Now I have to match him. I can't stay behind, otherwise you fall behind and you're not at the top anymore. And that's what keeps pushing you to be faster and stronger and spend more money on the next race. That's what we do it for, not for the money.
Same goes for OB. He really doesn't want to come in second. He's asked Haig, his right-hand man, to transform a Nissan GTR from his personal collection into a quarter-mile juggernaut. Quarter-mile race enthusiasts really like the Nissan GTR. First, because at 100 grand it's really cheap, at least compared to the Lamborghinis, which cost 4 times as much. And second, because its transmission is particularly well-suited for monster starts.
The first step to get this car to be the fastest car in the world is to start like anywhere else, just strip the car. There's a lot of weight we can pull out of the car. I mean, all the factory interior. The seats are fully electronic. There's a lot of weight. I mean, I would say that we'd definitely be able to pull out 500 pounds from stuff that we wouldn't need, and then after that, we're gonna take this 500 pounds that we've saved, we're gonna add some safety equipment, the cage is gonna go in there. So a lot of additional parts will kind of balance out the weight. That's what we need to do. We need to take some stuff out so we can put the right stuff in and then find ourselves with the fastest car that we can have out there, but as light as possible. Once we got that whole car stripped, then we're gonna send it off to AMS, and they're gonna build the whole project starting from that shell. And it's just the beginning.
AMS is one of the best companies when it comes to mechanical tune-ups for the quarter mile. It's actually the same company that Giddy's working with right now to try to break the world record.
We are a high-performance tuning company based out of West Chicago, Illinois, so Chicago, basically. We work on a number of cars. We specialize in turbocharged vehicles, so the Nissan GTR is one of our more popular platforms. And if you're working on a GTR and you want to be competitive in that field, you're probably looking about $500,000.
When I started in this, it's funny, I used to watch YouTube video of AMS cars, of their shop car, of Omega, breaking records and doing amazing things, and that kind of got me into wanting to work with them. They built their own parts, and they're proven time and time again that they're the best shop in the industry. I've been with them now for 4 years. It's been a joy to work with them.
So we're testing Gideon's car right now. The goal is to make a lot of power in the end, but you can't just get there right away. You have to start slowly, find the weak points, find the next thing that's kind of going to give up or giving you problems. So we're kind of doing that now. We've crossed those barriers.
AMS may charge a lot of money to modify Nissan GTRs, but the results are amazing. Listen to this.
That was 43 pounds of boost we just ran on the dyno. We're hoping we can run close to 70 pounds of boost to the track, so we have quite a bit more power to go. And that was almost 1,900 wheel horsepower. So I think in its final form, we're gonna hope to make about 2,500 wheel horsepower with the car. We're going to the track tomorrow. We'll spend all day at the track, and we're hoping to get the record tomorrow.
The world record that we're trying to break tomorrow is the world's quickest and fastest Nissan GTR. The current world record is 7.2 seconds. And in order to achieve and exceed that number, it's going to involve in excess of probably 3,000 horsepower and a very light car.
I gotta hook up the parachute cable, make sure that's all safe for Giddy tomorrow. The front bell horns, the rose gold bell horns, get that ready. I'm pretty much just tidying up the car, getting it ready for the track so we can pack up and be ready to race in the morning.
Jaddy, our third auto enthusiast, owns several companies, and one of them is a performance shop.
On our way to the shop, Racing Greed.
Racing Greed's been around for about 12 years, and it's just getting bigger and bigger. We build cars, we tune cars, and we have fun while we do it. Oh, this thing was, I want to say, too loud. I was talking to Sean about it, and it's one of those things that I don't know how this customer is going to avoid a noise pollution ticket. With Racing Greed, it's not about the money here. It's more the passion of what I enjoy. Owning a shop is something that I've always wanted to do. We're one of the oldest shops in the Lower Mainland in BC, and we're doing it well, but we're not doing it where we're making Olivier money.
Big day has finally come for Giddy. His whole team is here and ready to help him set a new world record. But unfortunately, Mother Nature has decided to rain on his parade.
It's f***ing raining.
Don't say it's gonna be dry, because it ain't gonna be dry.
This is done in 80 minutes, and then we have it until 9 o'clock tonight.
9 p.m.?
Yeah, we're gonna be fine.
Wet pavement obviously isn't the greatest when it comes to traction, so it doesn't look good for Giddy's world record. He's not happy. Not happy at all.
One day, one f***ing day, give me 1 day, 1 day.
Giddy has invested hundreds of thousands of dollars in this operation. If I were him, I'd be pretty pissed too.
They seem pretty confident about it. I hope they're right. If not, then that really f***ing sucks.
In Wisconsin, Giddy's mood is as foul as the weather. His team promised that he would get a crack at breaking the world record today, but Giddy is very skeptical.
Giddy, did you see that bright thing starting to come out?
Does anybody listen?
Giddy, look how beautiful it looks over there.
When I say it's gonna be fine, you listen. Nobody listens. You gotta be positive.
We waited 3 months for one track day.
Yay!
Now we're gonna make her sweat.
Giddy is understandably excited. He's made tons of modifications to his Nissan GTR.
It has an AMS built billet block in it. It has very big turbos on it. It's just unique because of the way the car looks also, the build. We tried to save a little bit of weight off the car. And then all the parts that went into the car are the best of the best from AMS.
It's their biggest build
yeah.
right now. So.
You see the diamond here?
It's a real diamond.
It is.
She got a diamond before me.
The goal is to beat the 720, which is the world record. Hopefully we can do it. You know, it's going to be tough today because the track is a little bit wet. They're fixing it right now, but it's never going to be the same as if the track was dry. If we can't go 720, at least to get the U.S. record. The U.S. record, I think, is 730. So if we go 729, will be nice. But I've accepted the fact that it'll be extremely hard to get.
Meanwhile, back in Giddys' garage, they may not be trying to break world records, but they're still working their butts off to impress customers.
Yeah, I'm just comparing the 2 dyno pulls that I did. So I just try to see the gains that I have from the first pull. And we're already at 611 to the wheels.
It was around 500 horsepower stock. I was hoping for around 575.
We're already past it in 2 pulls, so that's good. I think there's still another, maybe like 20 horse in there. We'll see.
In Wisconsin, the rain has stopped. The clouds have finally parted and Giddy will finally be able to have his fun in the sun. The thousands of dollars he invested in his awesome Nissan GTR won't have gone to waste. Giddy has rented the whole racetrack for himself. But since the track is wet, his team invited other racers to dry it. Because every time a car takes a spin, well, it dries the racetrack a bit.
When you're in the car, you're so focused about what you have to do is that you don't feel the power and the speed. When you stand next to other cars on the track, it blows me away the amount of power and energy that these cars produce. I mean, it shakes you to the bone. I mean, when I stand on the track, power.
And I always say, that's
cars.
you. The car is so powerful, and just every time you go out, it's a risk, but I'm just hoping for the best, and that's all I can do.
To those who think a smoke show is pointless, well, you're wrong. It heats up the tires for even greater traction. .35 seconds. It's a far cry from the world record of 7.2 seconds. It's a huge disappointment for Giddy and his team. The car skidded right off the bat, which partly explains his poor performance.
I took a video so you could see, like, went way to the left, way to the right.
Yeah, it was a little unstable. Yeah, she was unstable. Okay, she got food.
Now, let's see if Giddy's team was able to make the right adjustments. .64 seconds. It's better, but it's still a long way from the 7.2 second world record. Giddy's not a happy camper.
4 years I was dreaming about being the fastest GTR in the world, and we've creeped up on it in the last year. The car's gotten better and improved. It's just, there's so much work, money, and energy into these cars, and to be able to break a world record with it, it's a huge achievement.
A few more tune-ups and the car is ready for yet another attempt. Giddy is feeling the pressure.
It's an addiction. It's something that I think about all day, every day. Is how are we gonna go faster? How are we gonna improve the time?
Giddy up.
I don't think about the danger. I think about the record being broken. That's all I care about.
I think about the danger a little more than he does.
It may be a lot of fun, but driving such a powerful car pedal to the metal is really dangerous. After all, we are talking about 2,500 horsepower.
To me, it's not even in my head.
And he pulled the chute. It was his first time pulling the chute, and he pulled it kind of late. And I can't see that far down there, so I don't know what happened, and he should be back by now. Is everything okay?
We're going down there right now, look.
Who's going? Can I come?
After a perfect start, Giddy's car stopped at the end of the track. May is worried, so she's gone over to join him. Oddly enough, her boyfriend is all smiles.
Thanks for giving me a heart attack, not coming back.
No, everything. Did you see the parachute deploy?
Yeah, but we thought that it deployed a little late, so I was like, what the hell? Did something happen? We can't see anything all the way down there.
When you...
I was fighting it. Everything was perfect. I just turned it off and it doesn't start.
Huh.
Okay, I'll just start her up and get out there again.
In Wisconsin, the sun is setting, slowly but surely. And so far, no world record has been broken. Giddy doesn't want to waste his last chance. It looks like he's going to pull out all the stops. .54 seconds.
We're definitely leaving here happy.
It's not a world record, but it is a personal best. A promising start to the season.
I'm pretty happy. Very few cars going to the 750 in the world. I'm proud of the team, I'm proud of the car, I just pushed the gas. In August, we're gonna be in Ohio for Shootout, and that is one of the best tracks in the world. We're gonna run crazy numbers there. And I wanna save the car for Colorado. We have another event coming up in 2 weeks. You have to pick your battles.
Giddy just mentioned the future events of the season. You know what? We'll be there too.